Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Woke by Accident podcast. It is a weekly chat about socially conscious topics impacting the culture. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Woke by Accident podcast, a weekly chat about socially conscious topics impacting the culture. Welcome, I'm Jen, and we are happy to have our co-host, Sambaza, host and creator of the Sambaza podcast, where culture, conversation, and connection meet. He brings a sharp insight, humor, global perspective to every discussion, always ready to dig deep and keep it real. Sambaza adds the perfect balance of thought and energy to the show. Welcome, Sambaza.
Hey Jen, what's up? How you doing today?
Good.
What's up with Sambazaji? I never get to say that.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
not-
So looking forward to the holiday weekend, Good Friday and Easter coming up.
Yeah.
You have plans?
No, mow the yard.
Okay, but family time, family dinner, and all that, and
Yeah, I think we're gonna plan something to do with the family, maybe hang out, and I think we might do like a cookout session or something like that. Where we get some friends over. I gotta cut the grass though. Well, no, not really me. You know, nowadays when you have a teenage son, you can just look around and they cut the grass. You just walking over there with a edger. They're busy pushing.
not you plotting on your son cutting the grass. Okay.
Well, he's gotta learn something. He's gotta learn something. Yeah,
I
but
see.
it's all good. He's doing a good job so far. So um, can't complain.
Well, cool. And then your weekend or last weekend was good. I know I had some cool events I attended.
Oh yeah,
So
what did you?
yeah, so I attended a fundraiser brunch for a nonprofit here in my town, St.
Uh-huh.
Louis, St. Louis Diaper Bank, and so they work hard to help mothers in need, women, mothers, and children in need with not only diaper products but menstrual products, and so the fundraiser was kind of a theme to focus on uh, menstrual equity and menstrual supplies being available for everyone. And so it was really cool. And it was, yeah, so I got to, you might see my post about that. So good time, good cause.
Yeah, I did see the post. Shout outs to the people who are doing that, and it's a big thing in Africa actually about well
It's a
pads
big
and
thing here too, because they actually put a luxury tax on tampons, something that is an essential product for women and young girls. They considered a luxury tax. And then, some of the statistics on the signage was that, the programs like SNAP and WIC do not include menstrual products. So, someone who is, down on their luck and in need would have to go other methods to get those type of products because they're not included in those kind of programs from the government. So there is, a crucial need for these products, and it's really unfair. And actually, there's legislation, but we won't get that deep into it. But yeah, they actually passed a law because it's not fair for someone who can't afford, these type of products that are necessary for women and girls. So it's almost like it is inequity, So that may, like I text you, that may be a show idea because it is, a lot of layers to it, menstrual equity.
yeah, it can be a great comparison when you look at it in the African perspective as well, because
Absolutely. Yeah.
that type of issue. Um, but things are tough over when it comes to such.
Oh God, don't even get me started. Yeah, you know how it is.
Mhm.
So
Now,
yeah.
for me, I attended a Ghana professionals event,
Mhm.
and it was a great place where we kind of did like a mixer, and we got together. They had some food there. There was jollof rice as usual. There was Haitian food, peas and beans. The all that good stuff, and it was done at a bookstore. And this bookstore has a lot of things that are African, African stuff, and it's like an Afro type of book where black is being emphasized, and I really want to go back to the place again. I got a chance to meet the daughter of the owner, and she actually said there's a possibility we could get to do something over there as part of the African think tank, and maybe, who knows, these opportunities open up for a lot of stuff. But
So
it
this
was,
was like near to you.
yeah, it's about 30 minutes away from here.
Okay, cool.
And, yeah, we had a great time, man. That it was fun. It was fun, and yeah, we got to enjoy with our special people, the African think tanks. Shout outs to them, the
Hmm.
Ghana professionals, the Haitian community have theirs. The Afro Caribbean came with a group. The Ethiopians and the Senegalese were there, so it was a mixture of a lot of people.
In a black-owned bookstore. Cool.
Ajwa is the owner of the bookstore. So shout outs to Ajwa. Yeah, thank you for giving us that space and making me realize that there are a lot of things out there. So
Nice. And so, before we get too far off the course, so we're going to get into some current events as it is titled, but these all event or topics that we'll be talking about have a theme in the digital space. So we'll start off our discussion talking about the outcome of the Meta lawsuit, and then some other interesting topics regarding digital AI and some of the new um, things that are going on with AI and technology. So that's kind of our theme today, current events centering around the digital space. How about an affirmation?
yeah, the affirmation today says, "I am still learning." So it's okay to make mistakes and grow at my own pace. Again, I am still learning. So it's okay to make mistakes and grow at my own pace. So that's the affirmation of the week.
Okay, we received that. Thank you for sharing. Let's do our pre introduction. I kind of gave a mini one, but today's episode will begin with the major, we're talking big dollars, big dollars, the Meta lawsuit. The Ask a Hard Question, are our favorite platforms helping us or engineering us? A recent verdict says these social apps can be harmful to children, and it's pushing the public conversation beyond simple screen time into a bigger issue of addiction, possibly, of social media. So we're living in the rise of agentic AI. We have tools like Claude, Gemini, so many other platforms that are no longer just answering questions and giving us the answers. They're being built to help people complete tasks, shop, organize, take action in the real world. So we'll get into that type of conversation today. We love a good AI topic around these parts. And, we'll talk about, what happens when social media and AI start shaping choices for us. So,
All right. Before we get started with my travels, I want to say welcome, Anthony Weaver from the About the Wallet. And he says, mistakes are lessons, but if you do it again, it's on purpose. You're
oh,
right. Yeah, welcome, my friend. So we'll get into the proverb here. Not the proverb. Well, yeah, it's a proverb, but we're gonna travel. My travel is gonna be to. Oh, by the way, Anthony, you notice that my voice sounds better. I am cured. Not that like last time when he was here, my voice was kind of like off, and when I listened to it back, I was like, oh man, it was really bad. However, let's get back to the travels. So I traveled to Egypt. Now, Egypt is a transcontinental country in Northeast Africa, Southeast Asia, around the Sinai Peninsula, and acting as a bridge between Africa and the Middle East. The population is 99% Sunni Muslim with a Christian minority, so 99% Sunni Muslim. Jen, I just want to give you a highlight. Remember that Sunni Muslim, Shiite Sunni. All right, remember that. The country is highly homogeneous, with 99% of its residents being ethnically Egyptian. So they identify them as Egyptians. Now, fun facts about the place. it has advanced women rights, and this was not even from like just the other day. No, they started well a long time ago in ancient Egypt. Women could own property, serve on juries, create wills, and enter into legal contracts. They have the longest river and the shortest rainfall. So Nile is the world's longest river, and with almost no rain, and it's the sole reason for the life in Egypt. So it just runs with all that water down that way. Um, there's a story also, we can talk about that, but that's another thing. They also invented the 24-hour day and 365 calendar back in the day. Um, and that's Egyptians. They have a lot. There's a lot you can read about Egypt. Please go and check it out.
Now, back to those women's rights. As we actually just left the Women's History Month.
Mhm.
So recently, is there a time
This is way back.
frame
They have.
or like what point could women just now
Oh,
own
you're
property?
talking about 5,000 BC. They were like back in the day when the pharaohs. This is not like they just started doing this just the other day.
Okay,
Because of women.
okay,
I think that's the reason for Cleopatra.
okay.
Yeah, see, when you have a queen, sometimes having a queen may have something to do with the women being given an equity in terms of the stature in say economics and governance and stuff like that. Because to rise up to that point, and be eligible to that, because most of the time they usually look for the king, the heir was usually male, not female. But
Mhm.
now when you have Cleopatra, then you are like, okay, there's something happening here. So that's your the stuff about Egypt. However,
Okay.
the proverb says the monkey looks like a deer in his mother's eye. Now, a little baby monkey looks like a deer in his mother's eye. What's your interpretation of that proverb?
Gosh, not too much on monkeys, but since you put it out there, that I guess someone would have a low opinion of a monkey in this instance.
Okay.
So, in spite of that low opinion of what this person has of monkeys, to the mother of the monkey, it is a special high opinion and high value placed on that. So, of course, to someone's mother, they will always kind of favor and show favor, I guess.
So, Jen, if you look at it, you're looking at it in the. I guess yours is the basic one where
Or
you're looking at mother
literal,
and child.
literally.
Yeah, but it's true. I mean, your mother does not see you as does not see no wrong in you. Does not see any bad in you. It's just like let's go to countries, okay? If you go to a country that could be the poorest country, like say for example, you talk about Haiti, with all that is going on over there. You meet the Haitians here in the U.S. I don't care what you tell them. They'll be telling you, man, Haiti is the best place you
And
can
they're
have.
waving their flag like you wave.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I was trying to take a picture. When they were taking a picture, I went to kneel to the front, and they said, "Oh, don't hide our flag." I said, "Do you mind if I hold the flag for you too?" They said, "No." See, that's pride. You see what I'm saying? So you could have the worst but, place, but that's home, and it's still yours. You can never have anything else, and so you got to be proud of it. You can never say, "Oh, I'm not proud of my home. I'm not proud of this place." No, people are proud of their home and proud of because they'll never see anything wrong, especially when you're traveling out there. Some people might say anything about it, but no, this is me. I'm proud of where I'm from, or even
Sure.
cities.
Yeah,
Tell
it's true.
tell people I'm from H Town. Yeah. Oh no, H Town. Oh, I'm from Missouri. Let somebody come talk bad about. Let Anthony say something bad about Missouri, St. Louis. You know, you're gonna breathe fire.
Not too much. Not too
Hey, same goes if you say something about DC. He'll still, he'll breathe fire too.
much.
So stuff like that.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I get it.
Let's get started.
Okay. So, introduction of the topic officially. The recent Meta lawsuit and verdict shows courts are now examining whether social platforms were designed to keep their users hooked, especially children and teens. Screen time alone is not the whole story. The bigger issue is whether users become compulsive, emotionally driven, or hard to control the urge to use social media. So, really interesting that someone, a woman, decided to take this lawsuit out. You're going to share some of the additional details, but starting as a child, that this, compulsion and addiction started. AI is entering the same attention economy in a different form. Instead of just feeding content, tools like Claude, we were talking about some of the different platforms, are starting to complete tasks, make decisions, some including shopping, like grocery shopping and things like that. This creates a new question, new digital age question. If social media can shape what we want and AI can help decide what we buy, who is really steering the experience? So is it are you and I saying, this is what I want, this is the thing that I want, I'm going to go get it? Or did AI, present itself and give you the idea, show you something, and you said, oh, I want that. I want that. So, that's kind of where we are going to go. But the lawsuit is really interesting. So you will share more on that.
Right. When you look at it, this lady is called the KGM Bellwether trial, and this
Uh-huh.
originates from California. So there are two. Now, the case involved 20-year-old woman identified by the pseudonym KGM who sued Meta, Facebook, Instagram, and Google YouTube. The verdict came on March 25th. This was highly anticipated. I even saw it. That a Los Angeles jury found both companies liable to harming KGM. They were awarded they were awarded 3 million. They awarded her 3 million
Mhm.
in compensatory damages, with Meta responsible for 70% of that amount. Now, the core argument, KGM's legal team argued that the platforms were negligently designed to be addictive, causing her to develop severe mental health issues, including depression and body image problems, starting when she joined the apps at 9 and 10. Now,
Isn't that
pen that,
interesting?
9 and 10. 9 and 10. I think she got 6 million.
Okay.
They this may have charged that was one company was three and then the other one three, so it came up to
Well,
four.
and then this one doesn't, I didn't put this in here, but Snapchat and TikTok, or was it YouTube? No, YouTube was a part of this lawsuit, but TikTok and Snapchat settled out of court. So she
Yeah,
got
they paid
paid
them.
from she got paid from them too. So yeah.
Yeah, they chickened out. They
So
said,
that might have been the total of six by the time they gave their settlement to her.
no, I think this was part. Maybe
But
from what I
no,
understood
she
was
got money
even
from them
just.
too. She got money
Oh,
from them.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
I thought this was the whole amount with them, and then after that, because if you're settled, by the way, if you settle, they don't tell you how much you settle for the amount. They don't
Correct.
say.
Correct.
So that one they will not say. So it
Yeah.
was 7,000. So we don't know how much they got for the settlement. She could even gotten $2 for all that matter. But anyway, this was
uh-uh.
don't you say anything about that. We'll give you $2. But the New Mexico Attorney General lawsuit was also waiting. They were also had something, but they had kind
Mhm.
of pushed it back. So this coincided with the KGM verdict, where a New Mexico jury delivered a massive blow to Meta. This was now Meta in a state-led enforcement action. The penalty was that Meta was ordered to pay 375 million
Good
in civil
Lord.
penalties. The maximum was 5,000 per violation. So if it was
Wow.
class action, so that means a lot of people were there. The findings: the jury found Meta liable for violating the State Unfair Practices Act. They determined the company misled the public about the safety of its platforms and failed to protect the children from sexual exploitation. Woo woo. Undercover evidence. So the Mexico Attorney General Raul Torres office built the case against Operation Metafile, which investigators posed as children and documented thousands of instances where they were targeted by predators with little to no effective intervention from Meta. The next steps were a
Mhm.
second phase of the trial, a bench trial set for May 4th, 2026. where the judge will decide on additional penalties and potential court mandated changes to how Meta platforms operate. All right. You ready to
So
go?
this one, they deserved it because they did the research. At least they, went undercover and they did the research and the lab work, and they actually had like statistics and data just in this one lady saying, "Oh, ever since I was 9 years old, I was just addicted." And I'm sure they brought in experts to show, this and that. But in this case, they actually did like their Chris Hansen on the thing and went undercover. And look how many children are targeted. The whole Roblox thing. Kids are reached out to on not just Roblox but Snapchat and things like that too.
And my kids played Roblox. I used to let them know, like,
Really?
man, this is fun. This is what they need to do. Enjoy it. But let's rewind. Let's go back. I told you to pen that thing. 9 and 10. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
we all know kids don't have cell phones when they're 9 and 10. So whose responsibility for it to give that device to the child? Let's start there. Okay. Now that was already a problem in itself because giving use of to the device, and I think this has also changed a lot of parenting. And I'm also part of that problem,
Mm.
and I'm seeing it's going to go in. It's generational. Remember when you were young and you used to sit or you go to a restaurant? What do the kids be doing? Either you read a book or you sit there silently, or you play something, or they figure something out or play something. Right now, if you go to a restaurant, 90% of the time you'll find a child with a cell phone to keep
Right. They
quiet.
don't even give you the little crayons and the little,
Ah,
because the kid
yes,
would knock that off the table like, what is that?
right. So it's moved from crayons. They have games. Yeah, they
Yeah.
actually have games. When you go to Applebee's and another Applebee's, what's this other place? Olive Garden. They have the
Uh-huh.
games, but Applebee's is prone to that. But even that, kids are given cell phones. You see anywhere they go, babies are given cell phones, or they have their
Or
games, the app.
tablets. Yeah.
All right, whose responsibility is that? The parent. So now 9 and 10, if I'm to go by that, that was the major red flag right there about
Mm-hmm.
parenting skills. I'm not going to judge her, but I'm going to say something about that. We're going to have to, figure you you can do whatever you want, but you can say whatever you want, but that
Mm-hmm.
part brings you to question as a parent. Then allowing them to go into those apps, because
Mm.
even as we speak right now, the kids are not, you can lock the apps and make
Right.
sure that you don't get into those apps. If they want to download an app, they have to ask you for permission to download the app. Those restrictions were there before. So where's the responsibility? Parents. All
Mm.
right. Here's where Meta had a problem. And this is how they got caught. Internal memos are
Mm-hmm.
where they were very aggressive, as per what I listened to NPR.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to them. They were showing how they were aggressively going for the young kids, because
Mm-hmm.
if you want to establish something, you have to get them when they're young, and then it becomes part of their lifestyle. You can't start it with us. Me, you give me a phone. If I don't like there's some things I like. I get into the car, this thing of, I don't know, I want to put in the key, turn it on, and the car starts and I move. Not this, you get in, sit down, press the number, your car starts getting comfortable, and then no, no, no. You see, so these are things that kids are taught when they're younger, and then they get into the habit. Those things, they become habitual.
Mm.
That's what Meta got caught by their internal memos, and I think a whistleblower brought that thing to light.
That they
So
were actually targeting. Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
So with that behavior, it falls into prey. And I have kids who are teenagers, and they have this issue, body shaming, they need to be slim, and you show the girls, I mean, hey, um thick girls are cool too. I mean, hey, they exist. No discrimination. But when you look at what they show in the media, they'll not show you the dark chicks, the Sudanese. Sudanese chicks are dark, but they're dark and beautiful. You know, that black skin, real black skin, beautiful. um they'll start showing you light skin, white, and I don't want to play reverse racism here, but what I'm saying is that's what they push you and make you think that that's what is great.
Okay.
However, um I'm sorry to say that's not the cool thing to do. However, that's what they were pushing in and pushing out to some of the kids. Being having a thin body is the best thing to be there. And most of these tend to hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
And then, um, you know, they the psychology of kids now would get into other things. And then also, sometimes they even put these things of um, violence.
Oh, yeah.
Like we have cartoons. Yes, our cartoons were bad as compared to some that we have now, but there's some that they have right now. I mean, when they do hocha, that man can hit a kick and then it hits the heart, and then the heart just explodes, and then you see all that, those gory things. So what I'm saying is,
That's true.
this is how it gets into all. I'm giving you the basis of all how it comes about and how they got caught up in this thing and how kids
Mm-hmm.
get into this behavior. I've gone into my special rant about this. So, however, with that, that's how they got caught. And with the metaphile, see, that's how they get exposed and made easily available. So now when a kid just goes there, the first thing they do is, when they, predators, they see it, they can go
Mm-hmm.
after them like that. And yeah, they just left themselves open to to being criticized for this. But
Right.
yeah,
But yeah, I
back.
mean, you make a good point that there is some responsibility that falls on the guardian or the parent to monitor the usage of these type of devices. It's definitely, or there should be space to pivot and maybe, okay, let's focus on reading. Let's focus on spending time as a family, or let's focus spending time on a craft, something getting outside and getting some vitamin D and just, do pivoting away from the screen time. But I think it's just like something so natural that people, or it becomes natural to people in a mindless activity or something to keep the kids quiet where you're getting something done as an adult that you just don't even think about. Oh, well, they're just sitting there being quiet. But who knows? They could be being approached and engaging in conversations and engaging in things that they shouldn't be engaging in. So it kind of opens those questions up. So I think it is good to talk about it. Is the big millions of dollars too much? Who's to say? They definitely got that bread. They got the money. So,
They found a loophole and they utilized it. Uh,
Mhm.
Jen, see, like my kids, I'm gonna put it out there. We never allowed them to watch TV during the weekdays because they were too highly stimulated. So they would watch it from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. After that, no TV. And guess what? On Saturday and Sunday they were athletic, so chances are they'll only watch it on Friday.
Mhm.
And then come Saturday, the whole day they'll be out. They come in the evening, they're so tired, they'll only catch a glimpse. Sunday, same thing, out. By the time they come back, they go to church, come back. By the time, it's really minimal TV that was being watched until they
Mhm.
grew up. And now it's a different. They have to learn how to how to how to live with it because
And balance, because it's a balance. Yeah.
it's a choice. So my question is, what do you think the age should be for a child to have access to a phone? I'm just throwing it out there. Just you can say
Yeah.
there's no wrong answer.
I'm thinking about myself, and I was like way old, and I don't even want to say the age of myself because it makes me feel like a dinosaur.
Wait, oh yeah, wait. How old were you when you got your first cell phone? Come
Okay.
on now, come on now.
um. All right. Being authentic and very embarrassing. I think I was in college. Yeah, I was
Oh, I
definitely
was
like,
20,
yeah, I was in
25,
college.
26.
I
25
don't
to the
know if that
60.
was just like getting my mom to agree to buy it for me and it took that long or what. But I think I wanted one sooner than that. But you know what? This is going to
But
age me too and make me feel like a dinosaur. My mama used to have the cell phone in a bag, which is funny. I actually have it in the garage. I got it from the house from her. And I was like, "Oh, I'm keeping this." Not to say I just got to keep it for the memories. I don't know. So
mhm,
who knows? So I might
yeah,
shoot
it's
a
fun.
movie and I might need it for my '90s scene. But
Right.
anyway, it was like a little cell phone in a little bag, a little leather bag. So anyway, and I guess and I used to roll around in that with in high school, and she only let me use it because I was driving, and she was like, for safety, if you stranded, blah blah, you'll be able to call and get help with the little cell phone in the bag. You put a little cigarette lighter in it. So okay, we're gonna call it high school, but these kids are literally in elementary school. But I kind of get it because I have friends that are parents and they, they're walking home by themselves. Where you at, is safety is the so I kind of understand for a little kid to have one. And so you just would have to have a conversation about the usage and what's okay and what's not okay. But nowadays, because kids, they may have to walk a block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, and you want to have communication for safety purposes. So I
Like
understand.
we have Life 360. It tells them
Uh-huh.
exactly where they are. And then even when they're coming home, once they get to a certain radius and home, you hear ding, ding, somebody's arrived home. You're like, okay,
So that's
they
another type of device.
right. But
Okay.
these are just the safety instances.
Uh-huh.
But age wise, you would say how old?
Would be appropriate. I
Mhm.
guess really like the 9 and 10 because of safety purposes for parents to be able to communicate with their child when they're not together.
Nah, I think to me, when you get into high school, when you turn 13, there
No.
you can survive until 13.
You think? Even when you go away to camp, you're going on a class trip out of town, like you need to be able to call your parents.
Their phones, they're adults who have cell phones. You can call.
No, I
What do
need to
you?
be able to call my child when I need to call my child, if they're at the sleepaway camp or they're at the friend's house or
That's why you have the camp. That's why you have the camp director's phone number, and they call you and they tell you what's going on.
no, it'll
That
be too late
can
by
be
then. The bad guy it'll be too late by then. So I mean, it's a different day. It's a different day and time, and because it is the digital times, the digital child has to be ready and digital. So I agree that a younger person needs to be digitally ready for the world.
no. That's how they get addicted to.
True. So yeah, you would have to have a conversation about, okay, all right, we need to put it away, or oh, we need to pivot. So yeah.
Which is funny because I remember my son's memories. He would not even use a cell phone. Would give him a cell phone, he would not even use it.
Uh-huh.
You just let it. You would not even
Because
call.
it's something that you guys gave him and he's like,
Yeah,
y'all trying to keep track of me.
yeah, yeah, no, 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 not even that. He just didn't care. But I think they had iPads before they had the cell phone, so they didn't realize how to
Hmm.
call. So then we had to teach them how to call, and then they learned how to call. Tiffany says here it's a parental decision, but there should be some type of boundaries. Yes, I agree.
Correct.
There should be some type of
Yes.
boundaries, like you don't call anybody. But I'm telling you, Tiffany. Oh, she's up on the apps. They'll be cut. They only have like maybe 4 hours limitation. If they run out of the limitation, that's out. And then
Really? You can do
she,
that?
yeah, yeah, Apple does it. And I think she got played by my son because I don't know what he did. He got into trouble, so she canceled everything out on his phone. Then the other day we were at a restaurant and we're eating, and he's like on the phone, and then she's like, "Wait, how did you get the phone?" I could see him, and I know I could see that he was not telling the truth, but he was like, "Oh, I'm allowed the apps 1 hour at a day." I'm like,
Okay.
bruh, bruh. But again, these kids are also able to figure things out. Unlike what we know,
Mhm.
like the way your parents used to think, like, okay, I'm gonna put this thing out there. This is my wife's nephew. um, when they were, they would go and check on sites and stuff like that. Then the mom used to think that, oh, I'm smart enough now, I could go check the history, the server. And then
Okay.
he found, the way you check the history, the guy knew, okay, now I can go remove the cookies. So each time she goes,
Oh, and you can
now,
clear the yeah, you can
yeah, so now they realize, oh, that's what it is. So boom, they found out. Now, another thing also, when
everybody
they
knows that.
and then they also found out that some apps, when you lock an app, you can go into some apps and you can watch it for a minute and then it locks back up. They also figured that
Mhm.
out. Yeah, he said 1 minute. They can go into the apps 1 minute and then check on stuff. So the apps are available 1 minute per day when their phone is
Oh,
locked. Ah, see,
okay. Who knew? Who knew
yeah.
about that one?
I think he knew, if he said 1 minute, oh, the phone would be taken away from him. So he stepped away from it. But you see, so this is the thing.
Mm.
On top of that, see, they can still get in for 1 minute. Again, that's where the addiction also comes in. You realize the addiction. I mean, right now you have kids. ah, Go ahead, Jen.
No, I was just thinking of something really funny. You know how you'll see on Instagram like little like when people make the little spoof videos and the little kid is like, "You got games on your phone," and that's because his mama probably didn't took the games off. So he like, "Hey man, dating my mama, you got games on your phone." No, I don't know why that popped in my head. That's silly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's like I said, and you're talking about this addiction and a lot of screen time, and I think
Hmm.
the X hours on additional, like the additional rule for hours, you kind of have to let the kids figure it out. And then sometimes, like for me, sometimes when I go into the car, like well, in the morning when we're driving, sometimes the school is like 5 minutes away from here, and I'm sitting in the car and I'm driving. I'll shut the radio off and I'll shut the phone. I'll tell them to put the phone down and we have a conversation. I don't care what's going on. We're gonna have a conversation for the 5 minutes, and then map out our day, and then after that we're done. So it
Right.
kind of gives them some type of time to stop thinking of the phone and then move into, like, okay, let's just breathe for.
Unplug. Yeah, sure. I think it's good.
When you take that phone away, Jen, man, that's when they'll be around you like, hey, how you doing? And see, it works the other way around, because now we used to them away from us, that now it becomes a nuisance because they want to be around you, and
Mhm.
you already are like, man, I thought I sent you, that's why I gave you this punishment. But they're going to look for every other thing to annoy you.
Right.
So yeah. So I guess that's where the parent now decides, you know what, yeah, uh I let them have the
Yeah, for sure.
phone.
I think everyone should challenge themselves to try to unplug for a while and just look. That could even be content. I know, like, there's content creators, even kids and teenagers. I was watching some kind of documentary on like the whole kid influencer wave, and I'm like, oh wow, look, I'm trying to be like the auntie influencer. Oh, I cringe at even saying that. But there's kids that are like, they got it down packed. They got it on lock. Okay. So, but no. Yeah.
Let me tell you, Jen, something I just figured out. Before, we used to take their cell phones, right? But then they had
Yeah.
Alexa. And then our Alexa is the one that has a video. So they figured with the Alexa, you could go in and watch TV from there.
Like, look at
And then they have
YouTube
and
and
then they also have a TV in their room. So you can imagine when they're in trouble. You gotta carry all that stuff: the PlayStation, the phone, the
oh
Alexa.
god.
So in the morning to wake up is a problem, because that's what they use. They don't have the alarm clocks.
Mhm.
Now everything is digitalized, so it's more like the alarm wakes them up. Oh man, it's a mess. It's
Jeez, you're some
the
warden, lock taking all the contraband away. Sheesh. You guys are tough.
it is the age of AI. I think where we're heading to, and right
Mhm.
now, everything is AI. Like now, you see Alexa, phone, lights. and like we were talking about it, AI is changing the landscape of employment as we know it. In like you're saying here, in a recent article, philanthropist and global entrepreneur Bill Gates issued a warning that AI could make humans unnecessary for most
Mm-hmm.
things over the next decade, and could disrupt entry level and routine jobs first. So some of the Bill Gates points are that there's profound transformation. For example, he argues AI is not just an efficiency tool, but a fundamental shift, predicting that AI agents will become central to computing and acting as personalized assistants. Labor disruption or less labor future. He anticipates that AI will automate many jobs over the next decade, from white collar roles like doctors and teachers to manual labor in warehouses. He expects AI to increase productivity, potentially lead to a shorter work week. Yay! Rapid development. Rapid development. He expressed surprise speed of AI advancement, noting it accelerating faster than initially predicted. Equitable AI impact. He focuses heavily on AI potentially to reduce global inequities, service specifically healthcare, diagnosis of illnesses, and education in developing nations. Risks and safety. So he recognizes that understandable and valid concerns about creation of deepfakes and the risk of non-government groups using open AI source for things that are not are not supposed to be not supposed to be used.
Right.
Now, I'm
Right.
going through this part now. This is where the meat and bones of everything. Um, yes, it's transforming a lot of the things. I agree, but we need AI. Just like the way industrialization, when
Mhm.
industrialization came in, I think we'll go back to the slavery days. Then they brought in industrialization, then slavery, people moved to labor. A lot of them moved to Detroit, where there were factories, and that's where the factories were, and what have you. Um, so there's going to be a shift right now with AI. Um, I think personal assistants and stuff like that. I mean, look, I have this thing when I walk into somebody's house and I'm about to go to sleep, or when I'm in a hotel and I'm about to go to sleep, I'm just about to say, Alexa, can you turn off bedroom lights? Because my bedroom says turn off the lights, or turn on bedroom TV, or turn off the kitchen lights, turn on the kitchen. I mean, it's so automated till everything around us. You ask for the weather, you ask for distance to a place. I mean, you can do a lot with
Right.
AI. And
That's
that's what
true.
I was telling you just the other day when somebody showed Cloud. They used Cloud and had Cloud order their groceries. Before,
Mhm.
Alexa would order your groceries without your knowledge. Some kid will do that, right? Like we
Yeah.
say, when something is short in the house, you just shout and say, Alexa, add paper plates to the grocery list. Add
Okay.
uh, to the grocery list, the Sam's list, and it does add. So
Right.
when you go and check your Sam's list on Alexa, it'll tell you, okay, this is what it is missing, and then you do your shopping there. Now, this person put it out, Claude, to do the shopping for them. It did the whole shopping, put everything in the cart. And then
Mm.
the thing was, if it made a mistake, like say, for example, you said whole milk, and then your whole milk, it picked up a 2%. It went and checked and figured out that, oh, you didn't ask for the 2%. You didn't ask for the whole milk. You wanted 2%. It will go back and correct itself and do everything for you, put it on the cart, and it's there. You're just sitting there and watching.
Mhm.
Like, oh my Lord, what is happening here?
But it's
And
possible though, because you could have your dietary restrictions, noted, or your lists, your things that you like, based on this
mhm,
create me active grocery list and submit it to, Sam's and, order it. So I can see that. I mean, we order groceries, so I could really, I kind of want to be the one to hit the button because I just like to hit the button myself. But I mean, I could see where that could work, you know.
yeah, and it's an experience. Now, you talked about shopping. Now, for you,
Mhm.
then, like women love shopping. I call it retail therapy. So when you go shopping and you want to look at the clothes and you want to see what the clothes are, what's the best part of that experience now, which is where AI comes in? What's the best part of the experience? Is it the paying part? Is it the fact that you go in and try the clothes? I mean, you also sell clothes, right?
I
And on
do.
your, yeah. So what's the experience? Is the experience the part where you're looking at the clothes, going out there to look at the clothes, or the part where you look at them online and you compare and then you say, okay, I've gotten a deal, or you feel that you've gotten a deal and you receive the items? Where's the experience at?
So I feel like for me is definitely the shopping and browsing and selection part where you're kind of, oh, let's see what you got. Or let me show you what I got. I got this, I got this, I got this. Oh, let's bundle it. Let's make a deal. Or, oh, I can get a deal. Oh, look what you have. You have all these things. Oh, they're so pretty, whatever. That's like the, fun part for me. And then obviously the paying part is not fun. But in your mind you're saying, oh, I'm getting something that I really want, and just that feeling, that's the selection part. I feel like it's the fun part for me.
Mm.
The browsing and selection. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, the browsing and selection part is, to me, is also the fun part.
but
But
for
if
like
you're
shopping for
doing it,
food, it's kind of boring for that. I mean, I could see like letting somebody handle the whole food thing, because it's like, okay, I know I need this, this, this. Just handle it. I don't want to see it. Just
right,
give it to me when it's done.
right, right. Oh, by the way, Walmart is going to make stuff digital, like their
Mhm.
pricing. They're not going to be putting tags, so you won't see them going and putting tags. They'll be electronic all over all the stores. So if you see something is 2.99 here in Dallas, Texas, in St. Louis is going to be 2.99. So if the manager changes, if the corporate changes that, it's just going to be changed, so they don't have to go back and forth. That's
Mhm.
AI right there. So it
Mhm.
cuts off some work. But I think the workforce has changed. Like, for example, remember when people said, "Oh, now that they're going to be doing delivery services, or they're going to have these people automating, when you go check out yourself,
And
people
they
will now
do.
not." Yeah, but
So they
guess
do.
what? The jobs shifted to where now people don't shop. Okay, those people who are working around Walmart have been given jobs to go and collect, like they're the ones who collect the food for you and then go stack it for you, and then
Mhm.
after that they'll bring it out to you. So there's somebody in the store who stacks it for you,
So you're
and then
saying they just kind of like
yeah, so the jobs got reorganized,
reorganize. Okay.
right? And then you have now to where they tell you, okay, before it was you had to pay for everything. Now they tell you have to spend $50 and then you get free shipping. I think Sam's does that,
Mhm.
from the last time I heard. So
Mhm.
that's delivery again. We're
Oh,
getting
it's eliminating some jobs. I mean, that's just a real thing. Like some positions are not necessary, especially in like a Walmart. They even have the little robot shopper guy, shopper gadget. Running through the aisles. I don't know all the things it's able to pick up, but you see it, in the aisle, so it exists. You know.
so there's a lot of things. Oh, before I forget, uh, Tiffany had said something here about kids. They have a lot of conversation when the phone goes away.
Mhm.
Yeah, the kids have a lot of conversation when the phone goes away. And well, granted, now is when, like, you try to find things, and then you look for, books. You give them books to read, and find something else to do. And this is that's the whole thing. You see that mind shift where now they realize, oh, you have to figure things to do, not stick to one item only,
Mhm.
or have a one track mind. I know there's also trying to do this thing where I think diseases, they're trying to find out to diagnose diseases. And
Mhm.
Jen, guess what? They did a study where they had some doctors diagnose a person, and then they had AI diagnose the person based on history
Mhm.
and everything else. And did you know that the AI kind of figured out, the doctors figured out what it was, but the AI had figured it out earlier than they could.
Mhm.
It just took them a
Oh,
bit longer.
yeah. I can see
And
that being, yeah.
they're also trying it on therapy, mental health.
Mhm.
So, like, you can go, instead of having a person for mental health, you go in and speak to a machine. That is also bringing the controversy. Now you get this controversy of, hey, Is it really true, and is it safe for that?
Mhm.
And man, there's a lot, on AI. And one thing I wanted to also touch about is this weapons.
Mhm.
There was a famous case right now that the government was dealing with, Anthropic, where they were trying, AI was to use, um, it was in a way that AI could move equipment without having somebody manning it,
Mhm.
and also for mass surveillance. That's another thing with AI
Oh,
for mass.
wow. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, can I tell you something? Also, these grants, how
Mhm.
they managed to cut off. Now I'm going to go back to being a little bit political. You know how they were able to match the grants and cut them off. Yeah, I know they'll censor this conversation, but they would use AI.
Mhm.
So AI put in some keywords, and those keywords will take it out. Will take out the grants that they were looking for, like if they were DEI or something, and then
Mhm.
match that up, and then say, okay, these ones are not going to get any funding. That's how they were pulling that data using AI. So a lot of these things are happening with the AI, and also mistakes do happen with AI. Let's not
Mhm.
forget. Actually, there was a lady who got caught up with something. She was told she was in another state. She's never been there. She's never been in a plane, and they caught her for fraud, and she was in jail for about 6 months
Oh,
before we
really?
realized she was not. Yeah. So this is the thing. These are the
Mhm.
things that happen with this mass surveillance and people not being able to curtail that. And so Anthropic was having this issue with the government, whereby they were talking about weapons, and being made to run automatically.
Mhm.
So Anthropic had a lot of people in it. People had gone into saying that, okay, they agree with what their sentiments were as a company, and that was their company policy. However, as soon as they were told this thing is going to be thrown out, guess who followed in? Chat GPT said, hey, Mr. Altman decided, hey, you know what? We'll give you stuff and we'll help you out. We got you. You wanted to develop that stuff. They did it. Guess what the people did? People went in and took off their subscriptions to a point where they
Mhm.
had to come up and say, look, we said yes, we'll help you out, but we're not going to allow you to still do that automated thing with the machinery and
Mhm.
mass surveillance. So, in turn, what I'm trying to say is there is responsibility right now with AI. It's not that nothing
True.
is happening. People are getting around to have their say with it. As much as AI is becoming a new thing, there's still people being responsible. We are still going to have to be responsible for it,
Mhm.
and we also have to put people in check to make sure that, hey, you know what? Just because you have that instrument and it's helping us do better things, you are allowed to do it to a certain extent, not free will.
True, and maybe these lawsuits, has created a space where, you
Hmm.
know, the what I was thinking, in my head was the more responsibility on the platform. Like, the platform could do a better job of, putting a boundary or soft boundary of, like, how the television says, "Are you done? Are you still there?" You know what I mean? Do you want to continue on? Yes, I do. But maybe in a soft way, could do a better job of not just, just like it says, oh, you're turning your volume up loud. Maybe you don't want to turn it all the way up. Like, yeah, I want to turn it all the way up. So maybe the platforms could do a better job.
And you're right, yeah, and that's the other thing. There's still merits to it. It's
Mhm.
just the way it's being presented and how we're going to make sure it goes into the future, because it's something that we're going to have to live by. And one thing about AI has always been there. We can't say that AI has not been there. From the part, when you call the phone and you're told to dial star 69 or star
Yeah.
74 or star, that is AI, because it was programmed in the background before somebody was connecting you from A to B on the phones, right? So you had to press whatever to get in. When you call your bank and ask for the charges on
Mhm.
the phone and say, hey, how my balance is, blah blah blah, that's AI. That was AI
Yes.
in the beginning. It's
Yeah.
just that this is what you call AI 2.0.
Right. Right.
Remember when Chat GPT came out? Everybody's grandma used to have it. You couldn't even get
Not
ChatGPT.
everybody's grandma. Talking about the savvy grandmas.
Now you got Claude, you got Deeps, you got Gemini, you got Copilot, you got, just to name a few. And not that, if they're gonna pay us, thank you, we'll accept the payment here. Um, for those that we've known how to mention, yeah, you got those, the
Hey,
Chat GPT and others out there. Those are the ones I can remember out of my head. And oh, Jen, before you forget, talk about your Sora, because you're the one who had been using it massively. You
oh,
know,
so we learned that our beloved Sora AI, which was a spawn of Open AI, and that's the Chat GPT folks, right? That it's going away. So it's still out there. Last time I checked, it was still out there. But
oh,
huh?
it's still there.
Yeah, I made a couple videos. I actually made a little funny video of like I haven't posted it widely yet, but it was like of two of my characters that I created saying goodbye to Sora AI. And what's funny? They made Sora AI a little Asian girl. And two of my characters were like, we're gonna miss you. I gotta send it to you. It's pretty funny. But yeah, last time I checked, it was still there. So I guess there's a date in the future of when it
Your
won't be
credits.
available.
Your credits.
You think?
Maybe it's your credits that are gonna expire. Then after
You
that,
see, it was no credits because it was free. And that's the
oh,
whole point of why it's going away, because it's too expensive to just constantly generate and just let people just do all the stuff, obviously. And so and maybe it'll go to a paid version, but I don't know. I might pay for that because it's kind of cool. Just
you
like
had it.
my paid CapCut Plus, which I have been jamming.
Oh
Look,
yeah.
I can't get into CapCut Creator Program, but look, hey CapCut, let me in the Creator Program. No, but I've been making some cool, you
Yeah.
know, videos. But
Because I
yeah,
thought Sora, yeah, Sora is being taken out because
so yeah, Sora is going away from our just
but
understanding.
those were realistic. But Sora makes realistic videos, and then like propaganda. When you do propaganda, that thing looks like so real. You'd be like, "What in the world, is it true or not?" So
Mm.
I guess maybe they'll reshape it and make something else out of it.
They'll
It's
probably
gonna
put
come
it
back
in a paywall, I'm sure.
once you start it, it'll come back. But
Mhm.
anyway, as we wind down the show, what are the takeaways that we have had for today? For me, for you, go ahead.
No, so yeah, at this point, I had kind of wanted us to share like what does this mean for content creators, like ourselves who must compete with addictive feeds and navigate AI systems, which can shape consumer behavior. People who have a side hustle like me, actually AI, there's a lot of systems to kind of simplify processes, especially in the reseller world where I'm posting things online. There's things where I don't have to manually do. Sometimes I do just be out of habit and because I kind of have that old school, I want to just touch and do it myself. But there are definitely AI. Sometimes you got to pay a little money, and that's the whole thing. Well, I'll just do it myself. I'm not paying. But it saves you time, and time is money. It really is, especially, in this space, like before you know it, you say, "Oh, I'm going to do this at this time," and then it gets too late, and you lose out on an audience because of the time. So time is definitely money, and I'm learning that. Being in this side hustle nature of this type of business, so you can benefit, and it definitely will maximize your profits by utilizing the AI tools that are there, and not just in this industry, but all the industries, even podcasting. There's things that will help you edit and be more efficient and have your videos and your audio more crisp and more accurate and things like that, to make your reels and your video and promo more appealing and accurate and things like that. So I definitely utilize all the things that are available, especially the free ones. you know
I'm agreeing with you.
Mhm.
especially for us content creators. It is something that is worth looking into, because
Yeah.
if it makes your work easier, go ahead and use it, because
Right.
if you don't use it, you'll probably lose productivity. And with productivity means, like recording is easy. Just get on the mic and do the recording. It's the aftermath. You have to get your promos in, you have to get some information, resources, prepare all those things, do your b-rolls and what have you.
Mm.
Those take time. And even if you get to a point where you say, okay, fine, I have my template. Once you get a template, you're okay. But still, you are not yet there. You still need to have more time to perfect something else. And with these new things coming up each and every day, you learn new skills. You have to go ahead and reassess yourself. You become bigger and better. So
Mhm.
I think with content creating and apps, AI, hey, I would tell you, as a content creator, make use of it. It is highly effective. It makes your work easier. Show notes using ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, whatever, DeepSeek. Those are things that will help you get your information correct, sources and everything. So take advantage. It's
Yes.
there for you, but also be responsible. I if you are going to do your content, I'm not going to tell you what your content is. You know what kind of content you make. So if you're going to do your content, be responsible with what you get online, and fact check yourself. But just go out there and say stuff without fact checking. So that's the whole point with AI. It makes it easier. So with that being said, Jen, I think we've had a wonderful day today. I enjoyed this show.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've talked about AI a couple of times on here, but it's just so many topics out there. I don't think it really can ever get old because I think there's always a different spin and a different way to look at things. I think this definitely was a useful conversation for sure.
Yeah. And with that, again, I think I'll say take us home.
All right. Well, we thank you guys for joining us, and we hope that today's conversation has inspired and enlightened you. Hopefully, you found it meaningful. Please consider sharing with family, friends, and colleagues. Please follow us. Be Woke by Accident podcast and Sambaza podcast. Our collective awareness and advocacy play a crucial role in creating positive change. We invite you to stay tuned for more engaging content, and we look forward to continuing these important conversations in the future. So until next time, everyone, be safe and take care. At this time, we're going to go ahead and conclude the episode. We greatly appreciate you listening. We invite you to follow us on social media. On Instagram, it is Woke by Accident Podcast. On Twitter, it is Woke by. On Facebook, it is Woke by Accident Podcast. We also have the new website up, www.wokebyaccident.net. Please check us out. And also follow us on all of your favorite streaming platforms. And please leave a review and share feedback. You can also reach out by Gmail, wokebyaccident@gmail.com. And every time you listen, we appreciate it so much. Thank you for listening and take care.